Today's adventure begins with a train out of the deserts of Southern California. I am departing the state very soon. Just outside Victorville as the recording of this, Tuesday, November 30th, 2021, right here off of Route 66. We'll be taking this thoroughfare for a bit and then connecting with Interstate 40 and heading eastbound. Welcome everyone, TheDailyWoo here. This worked out well because I parked my car, walked over here, not to show the train. This just happened. What I really wanted to show was this bridge, this awesome bridge that's over here. That's why I stopped the train. Just a beautiful moment that took place. Oh yeah, back on the road. No real rhyme or reason other than getting to Florida in the next week to 10 days. A lot of traffic going by here. Isn't that an awesome bridge? Right over there. I'm inviting you to join me on this trek. I don't know what I'm going to find. I'm going to see some familiar stuff that I have documented before, but it's been a while. This stretch of road is almost like a, I'm trying to think of the word, a calming route. Not just 66, but 40. I've done it many, many times. I'm doing it again, but it's been a while. And I'm gonna show some other things I haven't shown before. Yeah, this is nice. Got the train, got the bridge. I'm inviting you to join me. Weather's nice. I'm excited. Shall you? A long intro, but you know what? I'm leaving it all in. I'm leaving it in. Getting one going the other way too. Look at that. That berm got in the way for a moment. Getting the crisscrossing of the trains as I go down the mother road. And a couple miles down the road as yet another train goes by in the background of Elmer's Bottle Tree Ranch. I am happy to see that this is still in existence. There were some rumors if it was going to continue to exist and stay open to those who stopped by after Elmer passed away a few years ago, I believe. Incredible. A little roadside stop, all from one man's vision of putting some bottles onto pieces of metal with limbs to make the trees. Hence a bottle tree. Very fascinating.
hundreds of them through here. So peaceful as well. Some flies out here too that are like landing on my arm. I love organic sounds of just the middle of nowhere in the desert. Traffic, trains. I think I'll hush for a moment and just walk through this. And what I mean by organic sounds is not everything needs a soundtrack, not everything needs music. In fact, I kind of go the opposite way when enjoying places. It's like a magnet for me to go to places that just have quiet sounds, as opposed to putting a soundtrack over something, or themed tunes. Because if this place had music blaring, you wouldn't hear this. Little soda machine there. Little soda pop. Coca-Cola. Oh, I knew I heard a train. Okay, moving on. Some quiet moments in there. Back on the road. Got to cover some ground. It is a pretty obvious statement, and even saying it, I don't even know why I'm stating it, but you get very thirsty out in the desert. Stopping off here at this store. Divine's Liquor Store. Nice little mural here with this Ford Model A on the side. Very quiet in this neighborhood. The Harvey House painted right there. If you've ever seen Bob Waldmeier's artwork, you know that Bob had a lot to say about 66. A lot of famous drawings and maps. There's a little mural of Bob right there. Yeah, I need to get some water, get something to drink. I got Santa Monica where that's where 66 starts. Oh, this is where it ends, right? Starts in Chicago, ends in Santa Monica. Is this your store?
Yeah.
How long have you been open here?
How long I've been here?
How long have you been open?
The store been open for 40, 50 years.
50 years.
More.
Wow.
Because this stuff new, I did it. Other side.
The owner came out to say hello. He's telling me that there's a new mural over here as well. So this store's been here for almost 50 years. Divine's Market. Before I could even get inside to get a beverage, he came out and talked to me. Ended up getting a couple of waters in there for the road. Yeah, very nice gentleman that owns this place. Moving on. What's that, Bigfoot? You love these old-timey bridges as well? Yeah, there's definitely a quality to them. I'm picking up what you're saying, and I agree completely. Some old metal bridges. Nice. Take a look at this. Outside this railroad museum here in Barstow. All these old train cars from the Santa Fe rail line. Number 1460. Union Pacific 9950. A lot of history with these. Another Santa Fe off in the distance there. And this one doesn't have a name on it, but it does have the number 6307. All these just sitting here for anyone to look at. Those that choose to pull off, well, first have to notice them and then pull off to take a look. Safety. Who needs it? Well, the answer is you do. With the conductor here, you can kind of see the silhouette there. I know it's been kind of etched off. I love it. And these aren't just train cars. Oh, gotta try to do this with one hand. Go up here. This is where the engine is. Oh, try to. Right there. Union Pacific. This is what pulls the entire train. There's that bridge I just crossed over there. All right, gonna keep moving. This isn't going to be what I would call a rush trip cross country from California back to Florida, but it will not be as slow paced as what I have planned for after New Year's, when I really hit the road, as I've stated, full time. So it's gonna be covering a lot of ground. We'll be stopping and seeing stuff, but I really, in the future, we're gonna settle into areas for a longer period of time and try to really kind of get into the nooks and the crannies of everything instead of just kind of going through at a quick pace. This is going to be kind of a mix of both, but covering a lot of ground, so not going to be dedicating one town to one episode on this trip, but soon. And the main reason for that is because I have a car full of all my possessions, my SoCal possessions, and I just feel like I need to get back to Florida in a timely manner. I was about ready to get back in the car and drive off. My car full of a lot of items, packed to the brim, but then I saw this other train going by, so just wanted to mention that. You might be sensing a theme in this episode. Riding the rails. There's some rails right here. This was just sitting on the rails. All right, gotta get moving. Down the ways a bit, you can see the backside, not the backside of water, but the backside of a movie theater screen, an old drive-in, and a little tie-in to the movies. Some science fiction vehicles that have been sitting over here, from what I was reading, for a very long time. The business is no longer open, but these very interesting, futuristic, almost like Mad Max style cars still sitting here for all to see, being baked by the sun, permeating rays of the sun. And it's located right next to Shady Lane Trailer Park. I'm gonna get out and take a look. Didn't do a ton of research because this just popped up very quickly as I was going by. So do not know what films these were utilized in. There appears to be a robot there working on that motorcycle type item. It says keep off the fence, that signage. There's gonna be no problem with me following that rule. Do not wanna, don't touch that. It appears to be a dinosaur sculpture over there, maybe a fire-breathing dinosaur. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a Mad Max vibe from these. Could these have been used in Beyond Thunderdome and the others? Could Mel Gibson have been on any of these? Probably not. Probably more low budget, but then again, those movies were very low budget. Let me zoom in. Pretty dang cool. Never know what you're gonna find out here in the desert. Nice. Running parallel is Interstate 40 over there. Having trouble speaking. I-40 runs parallel to this road. And this is a place that I have stopped off many times. I cannot pass by this without veering off at the former motel that used to sit here from the late 80s film Baghdad Cafe starring Jack Palance, or is it Palance? Nonetheless, they filmed that movie right here, out in the desert, the town of Newberry Springs. And if that is not enough to get one excited, if you're familiar with Huell Hauser, California Gold, he did one of my favorite episodes from the Baghdad Cafe way back in the day. I've stopped off here many times. I'm not gonna go in this time. I've been in here a number of times, but it's good to see that it still exists after all these years, even though the hotel has been torn down. The diner portion still standing. Doesn't appear to be open at the moment, so I guess I wouldn't be able to go inside either way. Classic. Always good to just stop by. I have to. There's a lot of places like this across the U.S. that I have to just check in on. I just can't not drive past. Out here. I love it. Look at this. Woo-hoo-hoo. This is what I'm talking about. Just over there, a few feet off the road, is what is referred to as the Amboy Pyramids, named because of the small community just down the road of Amboy. And they look like pyramids, but what they are from the salt mining back in the day, and this came from the underground. There are hundreds, if not thousands of these across the short horizon there. Look at that. Here in town, as yet another train goes by. A lot of trains today. I'm noticing this church, or this building over here, this church building. Looks like something that Tarantino would use. One of his films. Or Rodriguez in Dusk Till Dawn, even. Looks to be not only the revamped and new neon sign. A couple years ago, they unveiled this. I think the old one was starting to fall apart. And they have replaced it with a new one. There's a classic car alert in front of the motel. It'd be pretty neat to stay here one day. Obviously, you don't have the time on this trip, but I would like to start adding in some interesting roadside accommodations at some point. This is the post office, and Is that the mailman? Next to the mailbox? I think it might be. In the mail carrying mobile. Yeah. At first, from a distance, I thought this was one of those you'd see in front of a, you know, like an eater, not an eatery. What's the word I'm trying to think of? Drawing a blank on it. Grocery store. Gosh, why? I worked in a grocery store for a long time. I don't know why I couldn't think of that name, where you put a quarter in, and after you put the quarter in, it would kind of, like, you know, shake up and down, and you get an exciting ride. But this does not have a quarter slot, but it does have the name of the town there, and it does have this gentleman holding a letter, area code 9230. Could be a 4. Could be a 4 there, and a wheelbarrow full of plants. Gas station across the way. Gas is $5.59 for a regular unleaded, it appears. Through here. $5.59, that sign says. Still got about a quarter of a tank, half a tank since I left earlier. We go inside the gift shop and see if they got any souvenirs. I could always use a magnet. I like magnets. Oh, now that's clever. That is very clever. Root beer. Right there, take a look at this. Root beer. Because, you know, Route 66. I'm not going to be on 66 the whole time. I'll be on 40. I've kind of veered off of the Mother Road, but now I'm back on it. Root beer. Here's a little historical marker here. Amboy was settled in the early 1858. Became a water stop for the Southern Pacific Railroad. Laid its tracks. Roy's has served travelers along 66 from the beginning, owned by Roy Crowell and later operated by his son-in-law, providing hot food, cold drink, and gasoline to many a weary sojourner. There's a word you don't hear too often. And motorists can spend the night in the motel. And there's a garage. I did end up purchasing this magnet with the new sign, as well as this t-shirt. T-shirt was $25. And toss that down there, you see the shadow of my arm as I show this. Dang! That is I don't think I've ever had this brand of butterscotch root beer. Now, I did ask inside if the rooms were available, you know, for future to rent, and she said no. Right now they're not in the best shape, so you cannot rent any of the cabins that they are referred to as, which is a little motel, if you will. And there's this very interesting little pole here with a bunch of items on it. Don't really know the significance of this. It says spread love. There's a Capri Sun package. There's shoes. There's a ball and chain. A t-shirt. And up atop is a top portion of a tree. Among other things. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice. But across the way is the Amboy School. Well, it was. Seen better days. Gotta love stuff like this. Got myself some souvenirs and a dang good beverage. I hope it is. Butterscotch root beer. You can't go wrong with those two flavors. Okay, moving on. Reading the placard here, this building was dedicated in March 8th to be precise, of 51. Doesn't appear as if a congregation meets here anymore. Looks like it's definitely seen better days. This a little walkway could have been like a fountain of some sort. And possibly the parsonage, former parsonage. Just sitting here empty. Wasn't expecting to see this out here kind of in the middle of nowhere. People have put stuff in the lap as well. Just across this bridge is a shoe tree that has fallen. You can see there's still some shoes dangling there from the trunk and the root system, or the branches, all down in there. There's shoes all through here. And some of the other shoes have been placed over in this area as well. And also this memorial cross down here, which has a bunch of rocks placed, and even more shoes and some cowboy boots there. Remnants of the former shoe tree. You see these occasionally, usually out in the desert and even under the bridge. Whoa! Oh, ho, 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 ho. I could have ended up right there towards the shoe tree. There's also a pair of Chuck Taylors right there. They're Converse All-Stars, and a few other ones lining the bridge itself. You see them there. Very peaceful out here. Not a whole heck of a lot of traffic on this road. However, up ahead is Interstate 40, going to connect with that. Make up some time, travel at a quicker speed, still hit some spots up. There's a lot more traffic on the interstate than there is here on this road. You can kind of see the traffic up ahead there, going across I-40. It's beautiful out here. Just crossed the Arizona state line by going over this bridge. Sunset looks really beautiful over there off the 40. I-40. I pulled off the exit. To take a look at this item, created as a golf ball, as the story goes, created as a large golf ball for a community that was going to be built here. Supposedly the community was never finished, so the big golf ball still remained, and then there was going to be a number of different things. And it sat abandoned and empty for a long time. And now it is a UFO type attraction. It's also very, very, very windy out here. At the moment it is not open. Currently the gates are closed. Very fascinating. Yeah, the wind is something else right now. I have my hand cupped over the microphone. See if that helps any. The sign states Arizona Proving Ground, and also says Ford Motor Company. Interesting. Right in front. No moon. Pulling into Seligman now. In all honesty, this is probably my favorite Route 66 town. I just love it. Something about it I just really like. A lot of the stores that are here. It's also, some say, the birthplace of cars, right? The real life Radiator Springs if you will. It's currently 7:18 p.m. and darkness has reared its head. Made up some miles. Been on the interstate for a while, made up some miles. Still gonna try to get about another 50, 60 miles down the way. Or at least, you know, another hour drive. If I was stopping here, I would be staying here at this motel. I've stayed here many, many, many times. Nice little cozy spot, but still trying to make up some time. Well, you know what? Is it open? Yep, there's someone staying there. Only one car in the parking lot. Little Coca-Cola emblem there on the side of this building. Of course, closed now. Wow. That was just a train stopping on the tracks. Sounded like something out of a horror film. What the heck? And as the story goes, at least best I can remember it, this is a barber shop. Still a barber shop? Yeah, there is like this is not a real beehive of activity. There's a car pulling through. Keep in mind, it's only not even 8 p.m. Okay, yeah, this is Angel's Barbershop, where it is said John Lasseter got his hair cut here. And kind of was the birth of the idea for movie Cars. Take that as you will. Sometimes stories morph into, you know, kind of like legends. There's another, oh, look, there's a horse there. It's not really a horse, it's a fake horse, but it's right there in front of the other motel. Be kind of neat to get a haircut there. And then down here, there's a Texaco sign. It is dark out here. Go past this Texaco sign, and the very popular Snow Cap drive-in, which has a lot of neat cars and stuff. Guess I got through here too late to grab a bite to eat. Look at this. This is so cool. This town is so cool. And I passed a bunch. I didn't even show all the shops down at the other end of the road. I always think, what would a house cost in this area? Or what if I was to just come out here and stay for like 2 weeks, stay at all the different hotels, motels. There's 3 or 4 of them here on this little strip. Spend a week or two in Seligman, Arizona. Getting the vibe. Classic car alert, if ever there was one. Look at that. Here it comes. A relic gas pump there. Cheeseburgers. Ooh, a cheeseburger with cheese. Does that mean extra cheese? This place is a thing of beauty. Look at this. Gosh. That is awesome. It's nice and cool and crisp out here too, the weather. Temperature has dropped now that the sun has gone down. I have donned a hoodie. I have put a hoodie on my torso. I have malts and root beer. I love this place. You got the ice cream cone up top there. Look at this place, the Aztec Motel. Right there, Mother Road 66. Speaking of the Mother Road, I need to get out of the road. Finally a car pulling through here. Liking the theming. There's no one around. Oh, someone's in the doghouse. Some legs coming out of that little doghouse there. Startled me. Okay, moving on. Looks like they're getting the holiday cheer going through here. That rhymed. I didn't mean for it to rhyme, but that rhymed. Went ahead and found some accommodations for the evening, going to check in. And that's gonna do it for today. Got my luggage. I'll see you in the next video. Heading cross country. The vlog is over.